What's up, everybody? Alex Jones gets censored again. And it looks like this time he gets thrown under the bus by Tim Pool. So, let me just say, if you guys are going to have Alex Jones on your podcast, Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, let the guy come on and speak. Let him come on and talk and say what he wants to say. Joe Rogan was saying, oh, fact check this. Hold on, slow. Don't say that, Alex. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, we got to fact check and make sure that's correct. Stop. Don't that if you're going to invite him on as a guest because you know it's going to turn into millions of views, which is going to turn into a lot of money, let the man talk, okay? For those of you that don't know who Alex Jones is, everybody calls him this far right conspiracy theorist, and I'll tell you, maybe Alex Jones says some crazy things, but when it comes down to the brass tacks, most of the stuff that Alex Jones says is correct, is right, and does he have a harsh way of saying certain things? Absolutely, 100%. If you don't like what he says, don't listen to him. That's it. It's that simple. There's no need to censor him. If you don't like it, turn the channel. If you don't like it, put in some headphones and listen to something else. You don't have to listen to him. So, Joe Rogan, I didn't like how he treated him in that episode, though I thought it was a good episode. I love seeing Alex Jones on there. Tim Pool brings him on. Same thing. It's like, okay, let's make sure this is a verified news site and let's check this story, let's check that story. It's like, let the guy talk. And then, Tim was just, I don't know. You can look at Alex. He goes to Tim's house. He gets in there, gets tinfoil out, makes a tinfoil hat, joking around, having a good time. Typical Alex Jones, boisterous and out there and loud and laughing and having fun. That's funny. That was good to see. But then he's on there talking, and it was like, don't say that. Tim's like, don't say that. Don't say that. You can't say that. Let's check this, make sure that's right. Let the man speak. I don't know. And I don't like how this guy gets treated when he comes on these podcasts. If you don't want to have him on, I mean, if you don't want to let the man talk, just don't have him on. I think Tim realized that would turn into a lot of money. I don't think that was Tim's pure motive was the money. Of course, who wouldn't want to sit down and talk to Alex Jones and interview the guy? And I would love to. But what comes with Alex Jones coming on your podcast is money. You're going to get a ton of millions of views. The super chats that were coming in for Tim were outrageous. I mean, he made so much money on those super chats. I would love to hear how much money he made. The part that made me, I'm not going to say hurt my feelings. The part that was frustrating was so the next day, I'm sure you're all aware of this. And before I get into the rest of this, do me a favor. Listen, I'm just starting out here on YouTube, as you can tell. At 18 subscribers, I think, and I'm just trying to grow my channel up a little bit. I'm coming at you guys from a common sense perspective. Um, I, you know, I, I, I stick to common sense and facts and the truth. So if you like to hear that kind of thing, we have so much hypocrisy going on in the world right now with Hollywood and politics and pro sports and just everything. Censorship with mainstream media and social media. Subscribe to my channel. Help me grow my channel up. We got a lot to talk about. The world has gone crazy, and I'm going to bring it to you guys from a common sense point of view. We're not going to beat around the bush here. We're not going to try to make sure we don't hurt any feelings. We're going to call it how it is. Hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you join me on this journey. Greatly appreciate everyone that has subscribed to me so far. It means a lot to me. Everybody's going to start somewhere, and starting out on YouTube from 0 and even getting to 18 subscribers, to me, that's a huge deal. I mean, I had a very, very successful e-commerce business before I decided to switch to YouTube. Never thought I would make it in e-commerce. Did that. Want to give YouTube a go just because I have a lot to say. So going from 0 to 18 is huge. I would love to hit 100 by Christmas, 100 subscribers. If you guys can help me out with that, hit the subscribe button. That would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. And I would love to have you guys join me on this journey. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Alex Jones and this Tim Pool podcast. So, back to the story. The next day, Alex Jones, the Alex Jones episode from Tim Pool's podcast is taken off. It's gone. YouTube zapped it. And instead of Tim Pool backing Alex, instead of Tim Pool, saying, well, let me just show you. Tim Pool puts out a tweet. It says, YouTube has taken down our podcast with... you can't really see it. Get this a little better. All right, it says YouTube has taken down our podcast with... It is. All right, YouTube has taken down our podcast. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm new on YouTube. YouTube has taken down our podcast with Alex Jones for violating community guidelines, which he did. So, I mean, Tim Pool throws Alex Jones right under the bus after making tons of money off him, after getting tons of views, and says, which he did. Well, first of all, I think Tim should have kind of went to bat for him and said, listen, Alex may have said something off the cuff here, but let's try to fix which he did. It's just not, it's not cool, in my opinion. Tim should never have said this until he actually got down to the brass tacks of what was going on, and looked into what was said. So I don't know if you guys have seen what Alex Jones, his response to this was, but it was very interesting. And he kind of, said, Tim, I like you a lot. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate you having me on, but I think you owe me an apology and a retraction. I'm not exactly sure if that's exactly what he said, but
I think there should be a firing squad. I agree with Bill Gates. Is that some type of haiku? Is it poetry? No, it's Alex Jones, who's been up for about 15 hours, about to make a statement I make all the time on my show that these vaccines untested have hurt a lot of people, and it's the equivalent of a modern firing squad. So I say Bill Gates is lining us up to randomly test on us like guinea pigs in violation of the Geneva Convention and, of course, the Nuremberg Code. As soon as Tim Pool texted me this morning and said, hey, man, you shouldn't have said firing squad for Bill Gates, I went and I looked at the video. And there I was on his biggest podcast ever, shot last night, clearly saying that Bill Gates wants to firing squad us with vaccines and laying out the Wuhan virus and how Bill Gates and Fauci had funded the studies illegally in Wuhan, which is mainstream news. New York Post, Associated Press, The Scientist, Newsweek. And that's why YouTube banned the video. That's right. Let me tell you what just happened. Tim Pool sent me more text about an hour ago saying, hey, man, you shouldn't have said shoot Bill Gates. You shouldn't have said firing squad for Bill Gates. And I sent him text back saying, I remember the video. I didn't say that. Well, I just went back and looked at it again, and sure enough, I did not say that. So this is next level. And look, I like Tim Pool. He stood up for me on Joe Rogan's show with the CEO of Twitter whenever they were denying that they were censoring people. I like Tim Pool. I watch him all the time. I listen to him. He's a smart guy. He's a liberal that's kind of woken up. I went to his house. Great people. Had an amazing time for almost 4 hours. But Tim, this is BS, man. You've got me for almost 4 hours, gibbering, laughing, putting on tinfoil hats, having a great time eating pizza. And I'm sitting there and I mumble something about Bill Gates and you go, whoa, 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 firing squad. I get why you thought you heard that. But when you made an issue out of it, I said, I don't know why you're making an issue, because I would never say offensively kill somebody. I'd never call for violence. That's illegal. Plus, it would turn Bill Gates into a martyr. So here's the thing. YouTube has deleted the episode, okay? They've censored me. And obviously, they called you up and said, you've got to repudiate Jones. You put a tweet out saying Jones did this and he violated community standards. The truth is, you got stampeded into this. You misheard what I said. And I'm going to play the clip right now for everybody in regular time and in slow time, so they can see.
There you have it, guys. That's Alex Jones's response, and I 100% agree with him. I mean, he didn't say what they thought he said. Instead of Tim Pool looking into it a little bit, he just said, yeah, he he did by violating community guidelines. He's texting Alex. You shouldn't have said that. Just like he said on just like he said on the podcast. Don't say that. Don't say that. All right. I hope Tim comes out and says, "Listen, I made a mistake. We're gonna fix this." Like I said, big Tim Pool fan. Love Tim Pool. Doing great work. Tim, if you're gonna have a guest on, let the guest come on and speak. And if something like this happens in the future, do a little research to make sure you know. I listen. Don't take my advice. I'm a knucklehead here. That's like I said. I got 18 subscribers, and I don't know left from right, up from down. So it's just frustrating to see Alex Jones stonewall like this again. But I think it'll get worked out. I think there was some mistakes made. I think Tim made a mistake in calling him out on the tweet. I think YouTube and Google made a mistake. I think it was something where they just wanted to get. They were looking for anything they could when Alex Jones comes on anything to zap him. They don't want him to speak. They don't want him to have a platform. Although they did, Tim Pool did say he reached out and asked them, and they specifically said, "Yeah, you can interview him if you want. He just can't have his own platform. He can be on your platform." So, all right, guys, that's it. That's enough rant for me. I just think hopefully Tim Pool rectifies the situation. Sucks, Alex. Like I said, Alex got shafted again, but tends to happen when you have a reputation like he does. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still a Tim Pool fan. Not gonna stop me from supporting Tim at all. So Tim Pool fan. I like Alex Jones. I can say I'm a fan of Alex Jones. I think he's funny. I think he's smart. I think the guy knows a lot of things, and a lot of things people just don't want to hear. Some people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to know what's going on behind the scenes. The things that Alex Jones does know. All right, I'm out. Like I said, help me grow my channel. Hit the subscribe button if you like what I had to say. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this whole thing. If you think I'm crazy, let me know. Would love to hear your thoughts. Stay safe out there, guys. The world's gone crazy. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your neighbors. Just be kind. Tell your people you close to you love them. If you're a good person and you help people out, you're generally going to have a pretty good life. I can almost guarantee it. All right, peace.